What a pity. Live streaming live. Okay, is what it is. Streaming. Okay. I don't know what happened with my live streaming. Bear with me with this for a second. Oh, it's working now. Okay. It's in a new link. Okay, we are back to normal. This is what happened, my friends. Last year, I had a client who told me she had a lot of bleeding, more than normal bleeding on her menstruation. Then, because of that, the doctor suggests to remove the ovaries, and that's what she did. However, all the problems that the emotional trauma and the problems, physical and mental, emotional problems that woman had were not resolved by removing the ovaries. And one of the problems she had, she couldn't move from the waist down, she couldn't drive. Later on, another woman, the same situation, ovaries removed. Early this year, another one, different situations. So I started especially with this new one, the last one, which was so kind to share her life in several testimonials she gave me. And we realized, because of the situations, the other clients that I have and other people that I know, then I just start thinking of other women that I know that had ovarian cysts and things like that, that all these conditions, malfunction of the ovaries, abnormal flow of blood on the menstruation, meaning losing too much blood, that they have anemia, is not solved by removing the ovaries. The medical community does that because they don't know any better. So I realize that that the doctors in their, I don't know how to put it, in their zeal to stop women's pain, they end up removing the ovaries, the uterus, even the gallbladder, when the root cause of all these situations were in emotional traumas. So the solution for that, instead of removing, is educating women to reduce the stress in their life. And what I saw, that in all these women that the ovaries or the uterus were removed, they have deep frustrations and toxic relationships. Some of them were married, some of them were not. So it's very clear to me that all these women, and in my opinion there are thousands of women every year, are having their reproductive organs removed. Why? Because the doctor said, well, you don't need those organs anymore, you are not going to have children anymore, and if you keep them, they will give you cancer. This is a very wrong way of thinking. What we have to do is, when a woman has these symptoms, whether they are ovarian cysts, whether it is too much blood flow or lose too much blood in the menstruation, is see where is the stress coming from. As far as I know, it all comes from romantic relationships. And why is very simple. When a romantic relationship is stressful, chaotic, is very painful, very toxic, it is obvious that the organs in a woman that are going to be affected are the organs not just related to the reproductive system, but to the pleasure system. When I was in the clinic, all women with breast cancer, they told me without me even asking, they have very toxic relationships, very painful breakups, divorces. And all these women with problems in the reproductive system, in the reproductive organs, have the same problem. So, what I realize is that we have to educate, and this is going to be my task for a long time, to educate people, women, and women as well as men, that when a woman has problems in the reproductive system, is related to deep emotional trauma in the romantic life. And how did this start? Despacito. All this. Oh, and I want to show you something. When we have these toxic emotions, these toxic energies are literally like these pictures that I'm showing you. That energy is corrosive. It's corrosive for our body. Look at these pictures. Look at this boat. Why this boat is all corroded? Because it has been standing still in water when nobody did the maintenance. Painting the boat, taking it out, and so on. And I have other pictures. So these toxic energies are very corrosive. So look at this pipe. Why this pipe got corroded and broke? Because it's receiving corrosive, or is having inside corrosive substances, like acids, and you name it. What do you think that happened to our bodies when we have toxic energies? When we have toxic energies that I always show with this drawing, these toxic energies are literally disintegrating our body, affecting our bones, affecting our organs. These corrosive energies of traumatic relationships are transmuting in an unhealthy way our organs. And why the reproductive system of a woman is affected? Because it's related to the toxic love that they don't have. I mean, to toxic love that they have and the love that they want to have. And how this start? Despacito, little by little. It could be, for example, there is a couple, they got married, and the woman wants to watch movies and go to the movies, and the man doesn't like it, doesn't like romantic movies. So she's frustrated because her man doesn't want to go to the movies with her or watch romantic movies at home. And maybe the man wants to go to the Dodgers game or to see football or soccer or rugby, and the woman is not interested in the sport. So here are two things. The frustration of the two of them because the partner doesn't want to do their things. But you know what? It's not that's not the problem. If the woman wants to take walks in the park and the husband doesn't want to go with her, well, unfortunately, she will have to talk to a friend or go by herself. But do not let the frustration, the anger build up, because that frustration and anger will produce what we just saw here. It will start corroding their soul. It will start corroding the body, little by little, slowly but surely. And this corrosive energy are the energy blockages that are in this picture on the right. So remember that every time that we have stress, anger, guilt, remorse, shame, anxiety, all those things are corrosive. Absolutely all those things are like drinking or inhaling something very corrosive that start disintegrating our body. I hope you can understand this, because the moment that you understand that, you will save yourself from a lot of pain, from arthritis, from how is the I don't remember this condition that the doctors diagnose in women, endocrinosis, endometriosis, that leads to cancer, and all that is created by the toxic energies that women are getting in the relationship. So this video is not just for women, and I see there are only women here. This video is as well for men. So men learn how to treat their women with respect, with love, compromising on things. For example, I remember many years ago, I was in a meeting and somebody asked a monk, how many times a week or how often we should have sex with our spouses. So the monk said, let's say that you want once a week and your wife wants 4 a week. So go to the middle, do 2. Because if somebody is unsatisfied, or you need to talk about these things. So we have to compromise in absolutely everything and talk. And I am doing this video because I see, especially in the Spanish-speaking community, where there is a culture of macho men, where the women are submissive, and are taking the husbands, having lovers left and right, and many times they talk to the wife and they tell, yes, I have lovers, and the woman doesn't do anything because they are afraid. You beautiful women up there cannot take that. You cannot take that disrespect. You cannot take somebody who is walking over you. It's better to go to the struggle to be a single mother, or at the beginning of the relationship, if you see that your husband or wife is sleeping around, stop, wait to have kids. And if the condition continues, you have to leave the situation. When we have a toxic relationship like that, there are 2 solutions. Or we change our beliefs. If you want to think, oh, it's okay if my partner goes with other partners. Or you heal the situation, or you have to leave. And unfortunately, in this case, we human beings are not designed to have multiple partners. There are many reasons. I hope that this gives you some kind of light. Why many women have problems in the reproductive systems, in the ovaries, in the uterus. And I can assure you, if you know someone that is going through deep emotional trauma in their relationship, tell them to take energy healing Reiki. Because all these women that came to me, they were healed. And many of them, it was, let's say, late because the organs were removed. But some of them are recovered in an amazing way that now they can hope. And they see happiness in their life when they couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. So today, this healing session is dedicated to all these wonderful women that are dealing with these kind of situations, that are suffering these situations. Let's begin with the session. If you are new, you just lay down on bed, make an intention. I am receiving an energy healing session from Carlos. You will feel the energy. make an intention, I want to heal from this, this, and this. For example, if you have ovarian cyst, you will, after listening to this conversation, you will realize that you have been under emotional stress for a long time, maybe with your romantic partner, maybe someone else, in some kind of relationship. So you can ask for that, but also you have to do your homework and see how to reduce that stress. And then make a deeper intention. I want the root cause of all this to be removed. And I'm going to talk a little bit more when we come back. So we start the session right now. I am back. This is, if you have any questions, and I'm going to give a summary because there are things that I would like to say to complete this conversation. Like, not many people. Okay, let's go back. Every time, I remember I interviewed a great healer friend of mine, and she told me, when we have these toxic emotions, like remorse, guilt, shame, anger, anxiety, stress in general, we are rusting from the inside out. And when I did that interview in 2016, I didn't understand very well what does it mean rusting from the inside out. And this is what she meant. Things like that, especially with the pipe. the toxic emotions that we have, guilt, shame, anger, stress, remorse, anxiety, depression, these toxic energies start acting from the inside of our body. And sooner or later, our body will start dissolving literally. Our bones, it produces cancer and all those things. Now, I need to say that medicine does what it does because they don't know any better. And all these women that had to go through surgery is because nobody knew any better. The reason I am doing this presentation and creating this awareness that remove the ovaries of the uterus is not necessary if we know, if we recognize that we have this stress and we heal the root cause, we prevent the condition to get worse. A friend of mine, when I was talking about this, he told me, but Carlos, when they remove my ovaries, the excessive bleeding and the menstruation stop, and that saved my life. I understand that and I recognize that. That's one way that medicine is helping. But what I'm talking about, when we recognize the stress, we need to reduce it. Elsie Celeste Paul. Thank you, Carlos, needed this. Great message. I would come and see you again, but I moved back home to Texas. All right. Come and see me back, but participate from these healing sessions. Can you please make a seminar on a depth lecture about romantic traumas and the reproductive system of women? It is such an eye-opener, and things clicked for me. I almost cried. This is a fundamental topic for women's health. Thank you, Anna. Ama. Thank you, Ama, because I knew that this will resonate with millions of women. I am very happy. I will do that. I have a friend who will help me to do that. We are going to do a seminar on this subject because by itself we can be talking about a lot of things and we have a lot of information. I thank you so much, Ama, for your comment. It makes me so happy because my role in this war, I came to educate people. I've been teaching since I was 20 years old back in Argentina. I taught in a high school. I was teaching here internet marketing. I am teaching Reiki. I love to inform people. And I'm going to do the summary again. When we have toxic emotions, that toxic energy start corroding our body to the cellular level, because our body, thank you so much, I cannot wait to listen to it. I share it with other women. Ama, please send me an email. I would like to have your email information, and you're going to be the first one to know about our seminar. And I have several speakers already to talk about this. So when we have toxic emotions that I mentioned before, remorse, guilt, shame, anger, anxiety, I can give specific examples. In one of these cases, one of the partners in the couple was having affairs, and because the other partner wasn't that bad of the guy, this person who was having an affair felt guilt, remorse, because he has to find sex with someone else because he couldn't find sex with the romantic partner. On another one, he couldn't have sex because they live like friends, and one of them really wanted to enjoy making love. And this person felt guilty because of that. So the guilt of that made these toxic emotions. On other people, it's just the toxicities of the relationship. Every single toxic emotions affects our bodies. And in romantic relationships affects strictly, directly, the reproductive system that is related to the pleasure of making love, but also the procreation. Is all together. The breast, the ovaries, all these parts. And the other thing that the doctors never tell you is you have your ovaries removed, and the ovaries are the ones who are producing estrogen, testosterone. And they tell you, oh, you put a patch somewhere, take a hormones, and you're going to be fine. That's a lie. Many women have told me menopause caused by the removal of the ovaries is very traumatic and change your life completely. Your mind goes to a fog. However, what I wanted to tell you is, you women, Ama, if you know anybody, with 3 to 6 sessions, these women recover great percentage of their life, or their energy, the clarity of the mind, and the hope to live. And this is for men too. When we entertain toxic emotions in our body, stress, the body starts aching. Back pain is very common to men. Sometimes it's even because of repressed sexual energy. I remember my Reiki teacher told me, why do you see all these old men hunching and with back pain? Because they are repressing their sexual energy. So for these men, for us men, we need to control our minds so we don't build up energy that we don't use or we don't want to use, to misuse, instead of resourcing to self-pleasure, which is a lot of energy that we just throw away. For other people, is having anger because of something happened, but for years, and then the gallbladder start swelling, getting inflamed, and the doctor said, swollen, but gallbladder, we take it away. The same way that my tonsils were removed when I was, I believe, 16. That's a barbarism. We don't do it anymore because we know better that the tonsils are part of the detoxic system of the body. That's why I need to exercise at least every other day to detox my body, because my tonsils are not working. So we can supplement somehow, but for women it's much more serious. Remove ovaries, remove uterus, remove gallbladder. It's a serious thing. So what I'm talking about here is to create awareness of how the stress of toxic romantic relationships will affect our bodies, so we catch them on time And with energy healing, with Reiki, we can remove these toxic energies. However, we need to remove the root cause. Because we could have, or women can have all these surgeries, but the root cause, the pain, the not able to move the legs, the depression, all those things are going to stay there. Energetically, it can be removed. And then you need to work in your life. Run away from that romantic partner that is making your life miserable. It's not treating you with respect. It's not treating you with the love that you deserve, with the attention that you deserve. And it may be hard to live on your own, but God will provide. It's much better, as I said before, to have the hardship of being a single mom than being suffering the rest of your life. And what I wanted to say is this: there are thousands of unnecessary breast removal, mastectomy in this country, in the US, because of fear. Because they have this gene and they say, you may have cancer or take my breast. I've seen women, beautiful women in the 30s or late 20s, when I was working in the cancer clinic, and the doctors instill so much fear by ignorance of the doctor or because they want to make money with the surgery, and they remove the breast. I made an interview that you have to see it. And this doctor shows how there are so many misdiagnosed cancer in women, or maybe there is a cancer and they cut the breast when there was nothing in there. In the same way, vaccinations are applied because of fear and by force. We need to have the choice of vaccinations. We need to have a choice and not brainwash women that they have to take their breast when they have that gene. It's all BS. I was about to say the whole word because it makes me mad to see this scam, this instilling fear and taking advantage of women from South America. They don't have the knowledge to say, no, I don't want this surgery. And also we need to have the choice. If we have this problem, that the women, you have the problems in the reproductive system, say, no, I don't want to take my ovaries. Let me look for something else. And the doctors, they should have the moral values to say, you have stress in your life, you have to reduce. But way before, years before, than saying, no, just come back for a check-up in 6 months. No, doctors must tell women you have to reduce the stress of your life and prevent unnecessary surgeries. Ama, I love your comment. It makes my day. And we are going to be talking about that one. Thank you, Carlos. I wish I could have this information a few years ago because the doctor lied. To me, my ovaries were removed. I know, Rosie. But forgive yourself because God gave you another task. And the world will hear about that, I promise you, and I will help you. Whatever happened to us, maybe it was planned before we came to this world, Rosie. Don't ever regret, I will help you, I promise. And if you have read the comment of Ama, there is a lot of hope for many, many, many women. Let me see if there is any comment. Okay, Cindy Martin, it's absolutely does change your life. I have lost my gallbladder, uterus and ovaries, and the trauma is real. Cindy Martin, I help many, many people. JZZ, thank you, Carlos. You're very welcome. Cindy Martin, I would love to talk to you. I would love to put you in contact with a wonderful woman I know that is exactly in your same situation. And a few weeks ago, actually last week, she told me, it is so beautiful to be happy again, to feel the joy inside of you. I promise you, you can go back. Maybe your body is not going to be the same, and you know, but you need you will recover the hope. You are going to recover your energy and many of the functionality of your body. Where do you live, Cindy? Tell me please, where do you live? Cindy, keep participating in these sessions. I promise you that will help you a lot. Make the intention to recover the energy pattern, original energy pattern from your body, of your body, from your energy body, and help energetically to replace what you don't have energetically. You will see that that will help you. All right, the comment that I put in Facebook comes from YouTube. Ama, thank you, Carlos. You were the first person that introduced me to energy medicine and healing. I was in a bad place a few years ago, and God led me to you, and I sat there for hours listening to you on YouTube, explaining about universal energy and your son's story. I was hooked. Thank you, Ama. It makes me very happy, because to me, helping one people is more than enough. If I do these videos for a few people and you get a benefit, and the idea that you have gave me, I'm going to copy this. The idea that you gave me is what eventually I wanted to do. My plans are big, Ama, and I would love you and many other people who understand this to help me to promote this. Copy the link and share with your friends. The way I will show you how to share, because most people do not know. If you're in a computer, I want to share how to share the link with all your friends. Look, you go here to YouTube, right click. Let's go here. You go to YouTube, right click, and click show video URL. And you click in there and copy. Left click and copy. And then go to any of your friends, or for example, this one of my page, and paste. And that's it. You are copying my video in any of your friends. This is what I was doing at the beginning, and so you just paste this. And that's it. It's so simple. From your computer. From your phone, you cannot do this. This is already shared. This is the one that failed. So you see, in a few minutes, paste. In a minute, you can share with so many people, and that will help me a lot. And we'll share this in the cancer summit that I have. That is so important. And we continue just to finish. Paste. Okay. This I wasn't showing. I'm sorry. You just copy and paste. All right. Let's come back here. Maybe I should do this little tutorial how to share in Facebook from your computer, and that will help me a lot. All right. There is no other question? Okay, Rosie, thank you. Okay, Ama, no more questions. Thank you so much. We will be talking about this more often, and we are going to do this seminar for sure. I love you all. Remember this picture. This is how our body looks after years of toxic emotions. The good thing is that with energy healing, we can remove all those energy blockages, all of them, and be free from pain and suffering. I love you all, and see you soon. Okay, and Amma says, thank you so much. I cannot wait to this. Okay. Oh, YouTube.